folks, Jonathan here. It's been a pretty steady week of towing, and get around this vehicle here. Been a pretty steady week of towing, and I had a really pretty rough recovery I done this morning. I wish I would have had my camera with me. I did videotape after I got it out with the cell phone, but I should have taken a record, but I didn't know it was so bad, so I was in the rollback. But I got it, that was the main thing. Didn't have to block the road or anything, so I'll play the video of that now. Alright, here's the embankment. Car went down in there. It's hard to tell, but from here down to there is about 30 feet, just about straight up and down. And there's the car. I was able to get it and not have to even block a lane, so I kind of got lucky on that. But getting the mess cleaned up now. The car actually came in through here and hit the trees and was actually over on its roof. So I had to flip it first and bring it up over the hill. I'll start bringing my camera with me. Get some of these recoveries on here. But anyway, here's the car. Here's where it hit the tree. Luton Hospital, I hope he died. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, so we're on our first customer tow of the morning, and I've got a few lined up. I got one car lined up to buy, and I'll tell you about it when I go get it. It's just junk, but it's one of them hard to pass up deals. But let me grab this first one. I'll show you what we're towing and maybe see what's wrong with it. Alright, show you more. Okay, dropping off number one. It is a Honda Accord. Won't start. They already started throwing parts at it. Put a distributor on it. New coil on it, still won't run, so now they're bringing it to a garage. So we'll go grab number two. This one was at a residence, the other one's going to be on the side of the road. Okay, this is the part I hate the most on the paperwork. This shop has got 24 bays, and they usually keep about all of them full. And I'll show you. It goes all the way down and then all the way across the back. And so they do a lot of work. And I do all the towing for them, so you can imagine how busy they keep me. But anyway, this is the worst thing because I do invoices on, put everything on a PO, and they, pay with a check once a month. So doing this is, to me, I'd rather tow than do a receipt, but that's the way it goes. So let's get this done. We'll get the second one. Okay, hopefully we're going to find this one. It's a 05 Ford Focus, brown in color. Alongside the road up here somewhere. Oh. My understanding, it was close to Bubba Way, and this is Bubba's Way. That's not good. Alright, now I know why I couldn't find it. They gave me the wrong road. It's on this road, but they gave me the wrong cross street, so it's going to be about 8 miles, 10 miles farther out. It kind of screws things up sometimes because I'm on a time crunch. I've got to have a car at a dealership at 1 o'clock. They've got a reprogram computer or reprogram for the key, one of the two. When you put a new ECM in, a lot of times you have to take a dealer, get it reprogrammed, and then when you change keys, but I don't know which one it is. So anyway, I've got to hurry and get this, and then I really need to go pick up the car that I'm buying, and it's just a junk car. And then hopefully I can still make it to the dealer by 1. So, all right, I'll show you when I get to it. Okay, hopefully we're coming up on it here. All the time. This guy's actually got a record service right here. flooded all the way up. That's why his shop's up so high. Anyway, there's what we're getting. Don't know what's wrong with it yet. Hopefully the keys are out like they're supposed to be. Alright. Oh, we got her. Got her loaded up. She said it ran out of oil. Quit running. It's never a good thing. A lot of people don't realize that their vehicles, you know, even if they get their oil changed when they're supposed to, they don't ever check their oil. And it's not a good sign. Oil and water, that's the two important. But I don't give anybody any advice. I try not to, you know, influence them or tell them anything. If I tell them something, you know, I take it to a garage and they're liable to tell them something different. So I'm just a record driver, and I try to keep it that way. All right, let's go get this one dropped off. All right, I stopped by my local store here where I always fuel up stuff, and I guess there's a truck there with a flat tire that has been there for a few days, and they're saying that if it's not out of here today, they want me to get it out of here. It look like, I mean, they could have done a little better job of parking it, I suppose. Anyway, all right, let's go get this car I'm buying. It's just a junk, you know, parts car. Well, I don't even think it's good for parts, but we'll try to make a little money on it, and I'll tell you how I'm going to. All right, the burnt Mercedes, big Mercedes, aluminum wheels, catalytic converter. Probably has a good converter, I would say. So we'll see how it turns out. Okay, what we've got, of course, got it loaded, is a 95 Mercedes S500, which is actually about a 4,400 pound car. Now, this thing, it burnt about 2 weeks ago, so believe it or not, with them putting the fire out with a hose, it probably weighs more than what it would normally weigh, because everything inside, interior, is wet, there's water running out of it. So, plenty of weight there. But the converter should bring $100 or more. And then aluminum wheels. I didn't look at the tires real well to see how good a shape they're in, but you know, even at scrap price, the rims are about $13 a piece. And so anyway, we'll set it there long enough to keep it around until we get the converter and stuff off of it, and then we'll, you know, take it to the crusher. But give $100 for it. You know, you're making a little more money than what you are if you just towed one, you know. So that's why I done it. So now I've got to rush back to the house. Hopefully I don't get behind anybody slow. I've got to dump this off quick and run and pick up a car to go to the Ford dealer. So I will show you that shortly. And as soon as I say that, this is what I get behind. So tractor up there with a sweeper on it. Always something to slow me down, I swear. Alright. Okay. We've got a Ford Explorer Sport Track little pickup on the rollback. We're headed to the Ford dealer. It's the computer got to be reprogrammed. They put a new one in it. ECU or ECM, whatever it is. And ECM, I guess. And they pay me to wait for the vehicle, but sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know, they pretty much tell me how long it's going to take, and then I decide whether I'm going to wait or if I'm going to go do something else. All right, getting ready to unload here at the Ford dealer. I was supposed to be here, I thought, at 1 o'clock. I was 10 minutes late, but got to looking at my paperwork, and it turns out I'm 20 minutes early. So anyway, I'm going to get dropped off. I might live stream a little bit if I got any signal up there. I haven't checked yet, but because I don't think I've got anywhere to go or anything to do, so we'll see what happens. So we're waiting around here to get this computer program. He said it's only going to take him a couple minutes, and if he can get that done, I'll get this back there. And my wife had the phone forwarded to me because she had to take her dad to the doctor, so I've been answering the phone and towing and trying to deal with insurance companies and everything else. She finally made it back. The customer on the vehicle I picked up this morning that you seen the little video from my cell phone on, he's out of the hospital, and they're picking up their personal belongings out of it. So looks like he's going to be okay. But anyway, let me see what we can get figured out here. Wait around a little bit. We'll go on and get moving. I don't have any more lined up, but that don't mean I won't have any by that time. We'll see what happens. All right. Okay, folks, back home. Started live streaming, and it wasn't doing too good, so I had to roll anyway. But that Mercedes motor looks really good. They say this is a 5.0, but I don't know that much about them. The fire didn't get to the engine really at all. Just a little bit maybe on the cable right there. But didn't get the transmission either, so I don't know. We'll have to look into seeing what these things sell for, or if it's worth even messing with. This car was actually owned by an elderly gentleman and kept up really nice. Michelin tires. The problem is he did not realize he didn't have full coverage, and then something happened with the car and it burnt, and he went to take care of it and found out that he didn't have full coverage. So I kind of felt sorry for him there. But so anyway, we got it and we'll figure it out. Now as for the wreck that we picked up this morning over the embankment, the owner came. He broke his arm, or his shoulder, actually his shoulder. He's still going to end up having to have surgery, but he did come, and him and his mom, and it looks like of course he didn't have full coverage, so she is going to bring us the title for the car. So I sure don't need another car, but that's the way it goes. So I don't even know what year it is, so I didn't even look. I'm sure my wife's already got all the information, but I guess there's some good 15-inch tires on it. I think Junior needs some for his pickup truck. He's got a little Datsun truck, Nissan or something, so if she brings me the title, I'll let him get the tires off of it anyway. Alright, well, another day. I went down and worked on Jordan's house a little bit, my son's house with him a little bit. Let me show you another car we picked up. Okay, I did a bunch of towing yesterday, and I mean a bunch, and all day long up until the evening, and I didn't videotape any. I didn't even take my camera with me, but this is one of the cars that I picked up. 91 Camaro RS, and this car has actually got some history. The reason that I picked it up, this was Jordan's car. This is my son's car. He had his truck, but when he about 18 years old, I guess I had traded for this car. There was no engine transmission in it. It was I'm assuming a 305 automatic car, and he actually liked the car and wanted it. It was white. He primed it, put some wheels on it, done some things to it. We put a 350 in it, and he put headers on it, and he actually changed this over to a 5-speed, and he done this all himself. I didn't do any of it. Now this guy that got it from him pretty ragged it out pretty bad. Steering column's all loose like the GM columns do. There's no shifter boot. Jordan had this thing really nice though. Let me see. But we had a chance to get it back, and it's been almost, I guess, 8-9 years since he sold it. Okay. This is the 359. This had been built, I mean, it wasn't built, a bunch of cubes or anything. I mean, I'm sure it's been bored. It's probably 355 cubic inch, but it was in another Camaro that I had picked up off of a buddy of mine, and along with the headers and stuff, and we picked up the valve cover somewhere. It's got the old MT, Mickey Thompson's, with the Chevrolet on the back of them, and Edelbrock intake and carburetor, which, as you can see, it's been sitting, and we hadn't even checked to see if the engine was stuck, but you can see the rust on the pulleys. It hasn't been running in a long time. So we're going to do a first start on this, and hopefully the engine is not hurt. I think they was having some heating issues, but the spoiler's missing off the bottom, and that's a no-no on a Camaro, really. These things are set up to run cool with if everything's there, but you know, to direct the air into the radiator. So that could be the issue. The spoiler's laying in it. You know, all that was on it when Jordan had it. He kept this car really nice, and it was pretty fast. But it's a shame that it's sit all this time. And he liked the louvers, and then one of the louvers is broken missing. So don't know how that happened. Watch for a first start video on this, maybe this weekend. So I appreciate everybody watching, and I just wanted to give everybody a little idea of you know, if I don't get a video on every couple days or something like that, I think you might understand why. You know, I try to explain and tell people that I still work full-time and towing, and when I say I work full-time towing, I'm not joking or lying or telling a fib. I really do. So even the window's scratched. It don't make much sense. But anyway, we'll see what Jordan ends up doing with this one later on. You know, it'll probably just get put on the back shelf for a while, but you know, we know it's here, and you know, we'll have it to do something with, but we'll probably just check it out and see if it'll run anyway. So, all right, appreciate everybody watching, and watch out for some more videos on the weekend. All right, bye. Okay, so I went in, I sat down, I was getting ready to edit this video so I could go ahead and get it on the internet while I was doing some other stuff, because it takes me a couple hours to upload a 15-minute video. And I got another rotation for another county, Harnett County, so I had to jump in my Harnett County truck. And I'm on the way to it, and they said no delay, the road's blocked. So they do that to both record services that get called out if it's a 2-car. So it depends on who gets there first, whether, you know, they'll move everything out of the way, at least get the road open back up. So if I'm there first or whoever, depends on whoever else got called out. You know, there's some closer and some farther, so we'll see, but on the way to a wreck, and I'll show you when I get there. I guess the guy was high on heroin. They're saying there's a bunch of needles in the car and stuff. Gutter loaded up. That's why there was so many troopers and deputy sheriffs and everything there. Lucky he didn't go in this pond right here. Alright. At least we've got a pretty sunset. Wish it was a sunrise. I got more work to do. Alright, well, we're back with this one. Just about 8 o'clock. It did hit a tree down over that hill. And probably, I don't think it's total. It's 07, but we'll see what happens with it. Maybe I'll get paid. That would be nice. Alright. We'll call it a day. I've got about an hour of editing to do if I'm going to try to get this video on tonight. So anyway, I do appreciate everybody watching, and of course over the weekend we should have some regular videos coming out, and I know everybody don't like this kind of videos, so some of you do, some don't, but you know, that's the way it goes. I always say if everybody liked the same thing, they'd be all married to my wife, so as a joke. All right, bye.